Hello there, nice to meet you. Happy New Year. Would you like to come in and see my new studio? Let's go. So, this is very much the entrance of the room, and this is basically the place where I put all my mangas on the shelf, which answers the first question: do you read manga? I've got some of my favorites here. For example, there's Dragon Ball here with all 42 volumes. Yes. I think I mostly read like shoujo romance mangas with a few exceptions. Yeah, that's very stereotypical, but I love them. And yeah, I've got some of my plants here. This is a monstera. She is a monster. We have a love-hate relationship. She died nearly 10 times and I always had to revive her. I'm still a quite new plant mom. I think I started during COVID. And then there's this monitor you can see here. Normally, I film myself over there and then I can check the picture in the monitor here. In those cabinets, there's all my camera gear and stuff hidden away so I don't have the clutter in my room. So Matt asked, what is the best way to push through and be productive on the harder days? And to be honest, it's just to have this goal ahead. And of course the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, of course personal pressure works as well. So I know that if I don't do this today, I have to do it tomorrow. So that's just the logical thing to do it today, right? And whenever I'm procrastinating, I like to think about, why am I procrastinating? Do I think it's hard? Am I scared about something? And then I try to cut it away if possible. Yeah, just do your best, give your best. Try not to procrastinate, and if you do, don't feel so bad about yourself. It's okay, then take your day, procrastinate a day, and do your best the next day, because you can always start anew. This question is a bit scary. Do you listen to your own music actively? Well, that sounds really arrogant. But to be honest, I like to listen with active ears. I call it like that. Because if I re-listen to my own songs, I always find parts which I hate. Or instruments where I think, oh, I could do better on this. And sometimes, of course, I think, yes, I sound great in this. Let's do this again this way. It's all about the reflections. So yeah, I do actively listen to my own songs. And to be honest, I don't feel so bad about it. I think it's normal. How do you choose the songs you want to cover? Well, that's easy, to be honest. So first of all, I always ask people, what should I cover next? Please write a comment if you know something. And second, I don't know, I listen to a lot of music and then I think, oh, that would sound great in this way. Oh, hey, I would really like to sing this. So like I have one big Spotify playlist where I just, yeah, put everything in which I want to cover in the future. I think we could go on to the next corner. That's where I film my videos. Kiss the feathers of a hummingbird in flight, breaking up into a million specks of light. So yeah, that's basically where I film. And as you can see, there's a lot going on here. Because it's Christmas, or it was Christmas. And we built a little Christmas tree over here. Yeah, as you can see, this is my backdrop. It's basically just some fairy lights behind a cheap IKEA curtain on a cheap IKEA curtain rod. And I also have another curtain rod over there for black background. So basically, I do everything here. Normally the Christmas tree isn't here, so I have a blank space. And then there's my piano over here. And I just put it away every time I film. But with this piano setup, it just looks like a normal living room. And if it's not there, blank space, blank slate. Wall to film. The purpose of this whole room is actually a guest room, and I didn't want it to look anywhere near a film studio, so I'd like to make it more homely, more relaxing, and this is why I love fairy lights. I have them everywhere. It just looks so cozy, right? Question time. What are some things you'd like to achieve this time next year? I love to be a better producer. That's my focus this year. And yeah, what would I like to achieve? I would like to scream. Like, I already did so, but I think I could go better. Also, I think I would like to achieve freedom. Let me explain. I'm a bit overproductive and I would like myself to relax a little more this year. I think I want to become a calmer person by the end of the year. Work-life balance. Let's go. John asked, are country covers in your future and who would you cover if so? To be honest, I don't know any country artists. Or maybe I do and I don't know that this genre is called country. At the moment there are no plans. Maybe you have a nice recommendation. Tell us about one major musical goal you have. Oh, that's basically the question before, right? Definitely to be able to scream, to have better rock vocals, to be more powerful, more precise, have more control over my voice, and to not sing and hurt myself. That's a major musical goal. Oh, that's a nice question. Victor BT asks, what are you going to teach, music or something else? Because I'm going to be a teacher and I'm actually studying for a teaching profession at the moment. Yeah, but I'm not going to be a music teacher. I am going to be an English and design teacher because those are two subjects you can actually study here in Germany. And I always try to not tell that because I always fear that people would judge my way to speak English. And I haven't been abroad yet because of COVID, so I know there's a lot to improve. So that's another goal for 2023, to improve my English, especially my spoken English. I feel like I have the worst German accent ever. Let's hop on to the next point. Favorite part of the flat because it's the living room part. You can basically sit there. My friends sleep over there because it's a day bed which you can open up and then it's a full-sized bed. It's also a sofa because I like to play video games here and my boyfriend has his own separate living room over there, so I'm free to do whatever I want. Over there is my TV and I also have a little shelf up there again with my little Sora figurine, some more mangas, and by the way, that's not it. I do indeed have even more of them. And there are also some stones we collected in Denmark, my little Kingdom Hearts fan art book because I love Kingdom Hearts, it's my favorite video game series, and a plant, of course. I also have the two logos up there, the GreenLilly logo and the CeLilly logo. So, Darkrai asked, artist that would be a life goal to collab with. And yeah, first of all, of course, you may know me. My life goal would definitely be to be able to collab with Jonathan Young or Caleb Hiles or I don't know, all of the big ones in the future. But yeah, that's a life goal. And I think I still need to work on my music and on my videos and on everything before I am able to ask something like that. But yeah, that would be awesome. Some more possible goals are probably to collab with Todd Barriage, for example. Hi Todd! And I have also some other collaborations. Lots of people I'd like to collab with. One of them is Fast Pixels, but I also would like to do some more collabs with Matty and Valdu and all the people you already know on this channel. Yeah, wishes and plans for next year. More self-care, like I said, but also I really would wish to be able to figure out what I really want. I've been hustling so hard with this channel. I've been working on it day and night and I had lots of difficulties last year because it was so much work and I already worked 2 part-time jobs and I'm still a student in uni and yeah, that's a lot of stress, you know, and this year will be even harder because I'm starting a new job and I don't know what I want to be. Do I want to be a teacher? Do I want to go into design? Because I'm already working as a freelancer all the time and it's fun. Or do I want this? Yeah, of course I want this, but can I keep it up with all my other life stuff going on? Because I can't afford to do just this. I wish I would. Plans for the future. Finding out who I am, finding out what I want with life. That's really tough, to be honest, but yeah. Mid-20 crisis, right? No worries, it's going to be okay. Anyway, life doesn't do what you plan, so I'm just taking it step by step and see whatever comes around. What band do you listen to for the longest? That's a tough question because I don't know in which way it's meant. Is it like what band have I been a fan of the longest, or which band have I heard the most, like in listen time, or which band have I known for the longest, because I think that's 3 different bands for me. But what I can say is that Poets of the Fall have been my lifetime favorite band. Although I only got to know them when I was, I think, 14, that's 10 years ago. They are definitely the band I heard the most and which I love the most because they are my favorite. Let's talk a bit about my gear, okay? So the gear you see in this room is basically not much, but it's my Yamaha 𝗔𝗯ance𝘂𝘁, I guess, which has been my piano for 4 years. I saved a lot of money, and it felt like a lot of money when I was a student to get this piano, because I saved it for a long time to get this particular instrument, and I love it so much. It's all white, which is totally my kind of thing. Yeah, I've always played on the Yamaha, especially when I was younger. I learned on a super cheap, I think we got a used keyboard for about 30 euros, and I played on that for 18 years. And it didn't have the weighted keys, so whenever I had to play piano on a real piano, oh, my hands would hurt so much. So yeah, that's basically how I got it, and I love it and I will never let it go. It's my electric piano. And then over there in the other corner you just saw, there's my first guitar I ever got, actually, and my acoustic bass, which I actually don't play a lot, which is sad, but it looks so nice, so I put it up the wall. I thought it would be cool in summer sessions to go out with it and play when all my friends are playing guitar and I want to play bass, but even though it's acoustic, it's not very audible outside, so I would still have to pick up an amp, and yeah, that's just not practical. Let's hop on to the next place, which is my little small home studio. Let's go! This is my little studio slash home office, whatever you want to call it. It's where my little PC setup is with my printer, and yeah, it's still unfinished. You see there's lots of space, a bit of clutter, no cable management yet. But I still wanted to show you because I don't know how long it will take me to get this done. The rest of my instruments is here, all the string instruments, the keytar, and my beloved automaton. Yeah, some of you asked what kind of guitars I play. Actually, let's start with my first electric guitar, which is a Squire Affinity in a bright orange. Oh, I still love the color, I still love this guitar. It's just, it feels like home to play this one, but I recently found out that humbuckers are really useful. But yeah, to actually learn the electric guitar, I think I've been playing for 3 years now, but on and off and only occasionally, not like I had lessons or something. I only learned it to be able to do those YouTube covers, and I'm still not quite that good, I know that, and I want to improve that. Then I have my most recent guitar, which I'm so in love with. It's an Ibanez. You can see the model number here because I can't say it by heart, but it's basically a wonderful guitar, which is on top super lightweight and easy to play for me at least, and I like the sound of it. It has a really bright, clear tone, and I like the setup as well because it gives me lots of choices, which is great because I cover a lot of different genres. Yeah, great guitar, 10 out of 10. Then there's my bass. His name is Thor. It's a super cheap short scale bass. I don't even know the brand. I like it, it plays great, it's still my first bass. I really need an upgrade soon, but until then I'm going to play Thor again and again and again. Then there's of course my acoustic guitar, which also is an Ibanez, and I've had this guitar for quite over 10 years, maybe even longer. I take this anywhere, up to the beach, up in the park. I am an acoustic guitarist and not an electronic guitarist first and foremost, so playing the electric guitar still feels kind of weird to me because I have to get used to the instrument, even though I've been playing for 3 years, which is terrible. But yeah, I think for me key instruments just come way more natural to me, and yeah, this is why I love to play the keytar, which is a Vortex 2 by Alesis, I guess, and yeah, great instrument. It's so cool. It has so many possibilities and it has keys. Perfect. I love it. How I came to this idea, I think it was when I was playing with my band, Happy Toppas, and I'm a person on stage, I jump around like a happy bouncing ball. So I thought to myself, hey, what if I got a keytar instead of a synthesizer for the stage? So I can rock with you guys instead of just standing there. Yeah, that's how I got to my keytar. And yeah, and then there's also some storage in here, and this little sign which was made by a friend. And on my desk I have 2 kinds of speakers. The first speakers I have are really cheap Logitech speakers, which I have had for ages. I just like to listen to the stuff I make through different speakers to be very sure about that, even though I'm still bad at mixing and I want to improve that. And then I've got the Yamaha HS5. I am recording through a Focusrite, standard Focusrite Scarlett Solo. I do have the Claret 8 Plus though, which is a super huge device, and I only use it for big band recordings or big live sessions where I need all those inputs, and when I'm here I just use the Solo. It's enough, it's perfect. My headphones are by Sony, I don't know the model name, I put it in here, and my microphone is the Shure Beta. That's all I have to say. Look at this cool Dragon Ball mug I have on my table. Oh, no, that's not all I have to say. Let's check in with the Q&A. Oh, that rhymed. What songs are you planning to cover or are writing that will challenge your current skill on vocals, guitar, bass and keytar? I am currently planning to do a sonic cover of Undefeatable. And if my boyfriend is not willing to play the guitar, I have to get into metal guitars, which is a nightmare to me. But yeah, that would be super challenging. Then vocals, yeah, I already talked about wanting to do a Spirit Box cover somewhere in the future. On bass, I don't know. I'm still learning the pot on the bass because it has some huge time signature changes which are cool. Oh, I just reread the comment from before. Darkrai didn't ask. I don't think they meant YouTube artists that would be a live goal to collab with, but artists in general. Whoa. If I could choose any person to collab with in this world, it would be Lizzie Hale. Oh man, but I would have to practice singing a lot more. But she's like, wow, she's my spirit animal. I love her. Her voice is like, her voice is my life goal. It's just, she's amazing. Faith bands that you saw live. The Poets of the Fall, definitely. But also Billy Talent, oh, the live concert that was absolutely amazing. I mean, I was in a pit with tall men who kept kicking me in my gut, but it was totally worth it. Then I've been asked by 𝗔𝗯cie, typical warm-up routine if you have one. I just do scales, like the typical most normal thing you can do, but I also have this vocal tube where I make some bubbles in water while singing some notes or humming some notes through it, which is proven that it should be really healthy for the voice. I really like that. Oh, favorite guilty pleasure music, genre, artist, or just song? Everyone knows that I'm a big fan of metal and alternative rock and progressive stuff, and I just got into K-pop. I don't think it's a guilty pleasure anymore because lots of people are listening to K-pop, but it feels so out of character because you have this long list of metal artists and then you have BTS and Stray Kids and Taeyeon among them. So that's my new guilty pleasure. My favorite video game soundtrack is actually the whole Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. It's perfect. There's a reason why we did all the vocal songs. Maddie and I did a whole Kingdom Hearts EP. It's my favorite. Felix asked, what was the most fun and the most challenging video of this year? So the most fun, well, I actually have to think. Wait, let me look. To be honest, I think the most fun video I made was the Last Ride of the Day video with Mr. Green, because it was his birthday and we just made the video as a quick birthday party, I guess, and we've been hopping around and dancing around and pushing each other and laughing all the time while filming the whole thing. And I put in some context, and then my neighbor rang the bell and I had to greet them with the whole outfit on. It was just super funny. The most challenging video of this year might have been Sasageo. Probably Sasageo. Sasageo was super long. There have been 2000 key changes, and then I tried to make the video somehow interesting, but it took so long to put the cosplay on that I had to film until 2 AM or something, and I was super tired by the end of the video. I hope you can't tell. Yeah, Sasageo was super hard to do. Song-wise, it would probably have to be simple and clean because we chose the wrong key. I just have to say it as it is. We chose the wrong key, and it wasn't for my voice. It was super high. I made so many takes and I'm still not really satisfied with it. Yeah, it was definitely the most challenging song. Which genres do you think you'll be following in the future? Will it stay a mix of everything, or did one become your favorite? I do think I want to stay by the mix because I really like to just dive into different genres. I know that's not what YouTube wants though, because it will only recommend you to other people if you stick to a certain focus. If you're like the anime cover lady or the keytar lady or the metal lady. Is it wrong to like all of that? It probably isn't, but yeah, that's the question. Do I want to have the most fun with this channel, or do I actually want people to see my stuff? I have to find a balance between most of it. 2022 was all about trying different things out and actually be able to do this weekly and stuff, but yeah, maybe I will find my focus in 2023. What's your proudest moment of 2022? Definitely when I put out the collab with the Creative Cafe, which is a project I organized and I've run from May 2022 until December 2022, and it was a surprise project for Caleb Hiles, and I wrote a big huge choir arrangement, and then I got all these people in. Some of them have already collaborated with me the year before on the Jonathan Young project, and I was so proud of all those participants who actually took their time and who even recorded some super epic videos, and some of them tried to sing for the first time, and I love being in a huge group like that and seeing people work on themselves and along with others and practicing, and it made me so proud that I was a part of that. And yeah, that's definitely my proudest moment of 2022. And when Caleb saw it and he praised us, we've all been in a video call, and some of us cried and most of us laughed all the time, and I was in a Pikachu suit, I don't know why, but it was awesome. What are any songs you tried to do but gave up on? If so, why and which songs? I think there were some collabs I tried. I did start a collab with a streamer. He lost interest, or no, I think he had a lot to do. I think that was a song Last to Know by 3 Days Grace, which I still would like to cover. And then I started a project with Todd Barriott, which we also stopped doing because he lost interest, which is also totally okay. But songs I started and gave up on, I definitely wanted to give up on Only Girl because it was the hardest song to sing, but I didn't. And even though I'm not totally satisfied with the result, I'm quite happy that I still got through it. I think there are a few songs which I started but didn't finish but still want to do, like Fear Not This Night of 𝗔𝗯ance𝘂𝘁. I started it and there were key changes as well. And then I was too lazy because it was a busy week and I just did another thing. If you could redo one song you did in 2022, which would it be and why? I think I would redo Simple and Clean or Only Girl or Pretty in Scarlet, because I don't like the mix of Pretty and Scarlet, even though it was such a great song and I think I could have done better on this. That's the best question. Thank you for backseat modding. Should everyone watching press like and subscribe, maybe even ring the bell and join the Discord? You should definitely do that. That's such a great question. Thank you, Toby. And you should definitely go and subscribe to tobycarrycat.mp4 as well. That's basically it. This is my little studio, my home, the place where I spend the most time. I hope you liked it. I love it. I really love my little home, my little studio. I hope that it's going to look a bit better by the end of this year. Maybe that's another goal, another plan. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for taking time to watch this. Last but not least, I have to say that I'm going to take a little pause because I have exams in this month and I don't know how many YouTube videos I'm going to do. Maybe none, maybe one, maybe two. Who knows? Whoa, that rhymed! But still, anyways, thank you for your support and I'll make sure to make more videos even though they aren't as frequent as they have been in 2022. Bye bye!